Here we are ready to play AstroNavis Merchant, Advanced Merchant. No, AstroNavis Merchant Advanced. It is, oh God, it's like pretty late on Wednesday is when it comes down to it. And if you follow my videos, yeah, you know, I can't keep a normal sleep schedule, but I was really trying this week, as with many, to get up at reasonable times. You know, reasonable being that I get some daylight in. Yesterday, whatever, Tuesday, I was able to pull some crap off my roof. I was planning on doing the same. I wake up at like 5:30 p.m. today. Not that unreasonable in a way, because I didn't get to bed until after 7 a.m. But I don't, it's like I just can't stop being awake when it's dark out and whatever, and there's nothing I can do. You know? No, I don't know. And if I set an alarm, I'll be tired and, you know, not wanting to do anything and go back to sleep anyway. All right, so we are at the planet Porat right now. So I pulled its card out. We've got all the stats, I think, in the right place. And we find ourselves the sequence of play for the advanced game. I've got, you know, this is the advanced tables. Okay, where's the, there it is. See, this is not the advanced sequence of play, I think. All right, so we'll follow it on here. Kind of wish I had a copy of it there. Anyway, I begin the map. Okay. I'm going to have to reflect the ship's position above or below the planet counter. I'm going to flip it down to indicate that it's on planet, below the planet counter. I could move to deep space. I don't want to. I don't want to move. So I don't spend any fuel. Now it's cargo time. I do not have any cargo that I can sell, but I'm underneath the planet counter, and I did not just unload cargo, so I can roll for an import event. All right, how do we do that? Every turn, import event. 4, 7, or 9 causes something to happen. I get a 6, I'm safe, nothing special. But now I can roll to see what cargoes are awaiting transport. All right. So we roll 1 die. The population to this planet is, this is the port value. The population is medium. I didn't really look at, okay. This is the wrong rule book to look for pictures of things that tell me what's going on. Population, yes, medium, port level, and name. Cool. All right. So the population is medium, which means I roll 1 die. I get a 3. I get 1 full and 1 half cargo. Well, the full is more appealing probably, but we'll see. Destination. First die roll will be red, and the source world type is green, agricultural. So we get a 2-1 Nebo. So we put something there. Now we don't know where Nebo is. That may not matter much, unless we can't reach there. Nebo is marked as brown. We have to look for it. It's not far away. It's 3 spaces away. Okay. And what are we delivering? Well, the type of cargo from source to destination. We are an agricultural world going to a mining world. It's going to be food. Food. Yeah, we ended up starting at an agricultural world. That probably causes us issues. And then for the half cargo, let's take a look at what that's like. again, 1-2 Estray, another mining world. Well, we know that's going to be food as well, since we didn't have to roll. Okay, let's take a look at where Estray is. Estray is about the same distance. So the question is, do we want to take a full cargo or do we want to take a half cargo? Well, we're at distance 3 in either case, and it's going to be food. So it's 185 or 93. Well, I'm going to take on, I don't think I'm going to be able to find a much better route, a much better path. So I am going to take on the full cargo type food, and Pora was the source and the destination would be Nebo. So I mark that. I take it on. I have loaded equipment now. Or goods. I have to look and make sure okay. Repairs upgrade. If any of my ship's ratings are below maximum, no, they're not. I could upgrade though. Okay. I've just loaded cargo, so I can't do that. I just loaded cargo, so I can't do this, which is refueling. Buying spares and hiring crew. If in a non-Holven port, you can check to see if spares are available, and you can check to see if crew are available. Well, I might as well check to see if spares are available. Let's look for that. Spares available in cost. The port code is a 3 on there. So I roll 1 die. 2, there's 1 at 15. That's a bad price. You can see it goes down to 5. Screw that. I've got stuff. Okay. What about crew? Let's take a look. My current crew level is only 3. That's not great. The port level is 3, which means the lowest I could roll is a 4. These are kind of spaced out in an interesting way. I think I'm going to look for a crew. It doesn't cost me anything. So I'm at +3 on the die roll. I get a 9. I end up with a 3 crew. Okay. And I'm allowed to do these things because it's regardless. This is my last turn in port. So, let's check for passengers. Let's take some on because we're going to leave next turn. Passengers available is spaceport plus destination port +1 die roll. Okay, we're looking at, what is it here? We're looking at Portnet, which is a 3, to Nebo, which is a 1. That's a 4. We get a 10. We can take 5 passengers on. We do so. I should have a marker for priority, but whatever. We'll just put that there. Okay. So 5 passengers gets me 1 unit of money per 4 squares. That gets me $5. I mark that here. Yay. And now my cargo is 0. I can roll on the buy personal cargo table. Buy captain's cargo. That's just a die roll. Selling captain's cargo, we look at the amount we paid. Yeah, we're probably going to make money off of selling it, no matter what. All right, so let's see. We could buy Captain's Cargo at 6 each. How much are we allowed to buy? Well, we're allowed to carry up to 20. Yeah, why not? Why not? So at 6 each, 20 of them cost me 120 bucks. Let's do it. That cuts into our cash, but we're hoping, we'll make money off that. This is just sort of a minor little thing. And again, the main part of the game doesn't involve the passengers, the cargo, but it also doesn't involve the breakdowns and the events and all. So I felt like the base game looked really, really dull. Okay. And now we're paying 20 bucks because we exist. And then we move to the second turn. That puts us back to movement. We begin underneath a planet. We can move to deep space by spending the entire turn's movement. Roll for a departure event. Okay. Departure event is here. 5 or 9, we'd have to look something up. We're fine. We'll flip up to show our ship name. The Piggy, the Wild Piggy. And we spend a fuel to move to where we went. We could have spent another turn to get fuel, but I think we've got enough fuel. I just don't want to fuck around. Although we are on a 3 spaceport, which would be better for fuel, we're going to be going to a shitty place, but wasting a turn feels really painful. Okay. And we would be allowed to repair, but that's really about it, so we owe 20 bucks. We move forward another turn. Now, I'm on the movement for the next turn. I begin in deep space, not underneath the planet counter. I'm on top of a planet counter, but I don't want to do that. I can spend the turn moving from 1 square to another up to 3 squares, depending on engine rating. My engine rating only allows me to move 2. On the first turn of using FTL drive to exit, make a crew roll, and then I have problems. I think I want to move 2 spaces. So, do we have the fueling cost? It's somewhere. Advance expenses. That would cost us 16 fuel to move 2. But before we do that, we make the crew roll. Our crew is only a 3. We would have liked more. We're fine. We move 2 spaces. And there's not a hell of a lot we can do. We can't do any repairs or anything like that. We do have to spend the 16 fuel. And then we have to spend the 20 bucks that we have to spend every turn. Great. That moves us forward. Next turn, we don't have any special rolls or anything. Movement allows us to move 1 space, which costs us what, 2 fuel? 2 fuel. Are all the fuels even? Yeah, all the fuel numbers are even. Oh, in system and out system's cheap. Okay, that's fine. I was like, they could have just changed the fuel values. I've moved in system. That doesn't do anything. I don't have any rolls or anything. I don't have anything special I have to do. I spent the fuel already, I think. I don't know, 16. I don't remember now. Shit. I spent, I think I spent the fuel. And I spend this. and I go here. And you can see how quickly the game is running down, right? This is one of the things. That's going to be a really, really fast game. So I'm kind of cool with this. I just moved that forward. I go to the next turn. I'm going to try to land on planet. I will spend 1 fuel to come in. This is the planet Nebo. I'm going to need to get that card. So I am beginning the turn on top of a planet counter, I think. I moved to the planet itself by I spent that movement, roll for a rival event. I actually haven't spent that fuel yet, but let's see. I get a 7, no problem. Let's read it. It almost seems like this world was founded to give a home to the miners who couldn't get along with anyone else. Uh-oh. Maybe the horrendous weather that makes them so unpleasant. Now, no port cargo gear. Ship's cargo gear must always be used. That's kind of problematic. Like, I've got to pay attention to where I'm going in terms of stuff like that, but I do have cargo gear, so I'm okay. But that might have impacted my decision. All right, I am now under the planet counter, and I can roll for an import event. Even though I already had an event, I still get another event check this time. I get a 5. That's not going to be anything. Okay. And now I can sell. I can unload any cargoes I have, and I receive payment. And the passengers disembark. Remember, I already paid the passengers have already paid me. I run this buy, which was a full cargo, 3 spaces, food. I get $185. Doesn't feel like I made any bucks, does it? I'm at 490 something. I'm actually below, but I got my cargo here. My personal cargo. I did unload cargo, so I can't do that. I'm not allowed. Well, I'd be allowed to repair something if something was damaged. I didn't do it. I don't qualify for any of these. I could check to see if spares are available. When do I think I sell my cargo, my personal cargo here. Yeah, you also sell captain's cargo. All right, let's find that. Where is it? Captain's cargo. Sell. I paid. Oh, this sucks. Captain's cargo. You know what? I paid 120. You only buy 1 cargo, so I'm going to give myself $100 back. I wasn't allowed. I misread that. I paid 20, which is what's marked here. That's the cost that I paid on the cargo. So now I look at 20 and I see what I get back. I only get 20 back. Okay. So that wasn't particularly cool. I'm at like 610. Which is a little bit more money than I had to begin with. I've made $110 off this run. Most of it not off my cargo. I thought it was mostly going to be off my cargo. No, I don't get to multiply. Okay. I was misreading that. But I'm able to do other stuff. I can buy spares and hire crew. Okay, let's look at spares. I know I'm not going to hire crew. But spares, yeah, we're not interested. 15 is the best that we can get. Crew, the current crew level is 3, and we're in a 1 port. So there's just, actually, oh, I'm sorry, this isn't that bad. What the hell? It's worse than it was, and I'm not going to do it, but yeah, I'm not going to hire crew, but because I've got too many shots at getting a 2, but yeah. Okay. And this is not the last turn in port because I want to explore what I can pick up from this mining world. I'm sure there's something good in a mining world, right? And I have delivered my cargo, which means these come off. These are all gone. And what do? I think I just pay my 20 bucks for the turn. Problem is, I have to urinate. And now I'm at 590. Wow. You're really cutting it close in this game. And we move the marker forward. Put these here to remind me. And I will run pee and take care of this pipe and come back. All right, the first thing I think about after having played through one delivery is, okay. I don't expect much out of this at this point. It really feels sort of like a so-so kind of uninspired solo game. And as such, the only way I would really get any enjoyment out of it, I think, is playing it with other people. And honestly, I think you could make it a competitive multiplayer solitaire that way. There's nothing really in the game that says that there's any reason you couldn't have, just print out another couple displays, the 3 displays, and multiple people could be working at it. Kind of like, in a game like Source of the Nile, or trying to think of something else that's similar, that you're just blundering along and doing what you do, and you don't really have any interaction. You could add a few rules for interaction, such as maybe the cargoes available will stay kind of fixed a little bit, like within a given turn, or something along those lines, so that if 2 people are kind of competing over the same planet, they might have a little bit, and maybe the events could be fudged as well, but you could certainly play it as completely separated solo games. It's not a situation that you would be thinking about, combat or anything. The ships aren't designed for it. You can put that in too, but you can put a lot of additional stuff in. This doesn't feel like that, like it's intended to be that. Okay. And I would enjoy it more under those circumstances. Now, having it on camera, I kind of get a kick out of doing that. So here we are. We're in movement. We don't have a load, so we don't want to move. Cargo. I am under a planet counter. Now, I'm short on fuel. Not short, but shorter than I was. But I got a problem, which is that at port 1, I'm going to be paying fairly high prices for fuel. I don't want to play. I don't want to pay that. So I'm going to hold off. I'm not that short on fuel, but if I have only really long runs, that's going to suck. Anyway, I did not just unload cargo this turn, so I can roll for an import event and see what's available. I get a 2, that's nothing. And then we go through the cargo choices. I guess I'll roll it once more. But there's only so much. So the population on this planet is low. There are 2 full cargoes available. This is a brown planet, so it's a mining planet. It's going to Kagsgart. That's a dangerous place to go. I don't think I can even buy fuel there, but I'm not sure. I know I can't get a lot of stuff there. And I am going from a mineral source. These are all going to be the same. Some of these others divided up, but it is going to be processed ore. Okay. We'll look at the cost for that, etc. Let's look at the other one. Another one for Kagsgart. Well, I don't have a lot of choice here, do I? And it is processed R. All right. Now, I could stick around and hope for better. This is a long trip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 50, 60, 70, 80 fuel it's going to take me to get there. That kind of blows. That's if I go at speed 2, right? No, 1, 2. Okay, never mind. It's going to cost me 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 fuel to get there and drop off. That's cutting things closer than I like. Am I going to be able to pick up fuel here? Because I got to make the decision if I want to pick up this this cargo. Where's fuel? Okay, refueling. It's not mentioned here. I think normally it says non-Holven, stuff like that. So I think I'll be able to buy fuel at Kagsport. It's got a port level of 2, which isn't bad. I could move here and refuel here at Tylon, which would probably give us cheaper fuel than anywhere else. Or we could just run it and see what happens. Now, what is our goodies? What is our payoff if we're going here? I don't think we can take passengers or anything like that, which kind of sucks. If we take, what is it, processed ores, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. Full cargo, 5 spaces, processed ores. It's only $170. That doesn't seem very good. But we really don't have a lot of choices. Now, we got very unlucky, I think, in getting, basically a 1 in 12 chance of that planet coming up. Happening twice in a row, that's 1 in 144. Damn. And if I don't take a cargo, I can't take passengers or whatever on either. I think I try to make it. I just admit that I got a really bad set here. So let's go through. Let's take that cargo on. We'll take a full cargo of processed ores from Nebo. You know what it really should do is it should just tell you what your distance is. It really should do that. I don't think knowing the destination, the source destination, is that valuable. I think what you really need is just a number there. Anyway, this may be easier in terms of space to track because the numbers could be fairly large. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 15. How many spaces we got here? 4. 24 there. Yeah, we could easily have like 24 number boxes. I think that would actually be more valuable. Anyway. So we just did cargo. Crew could attempt to do something. We just loaded cargo. We can't refuel this turn. Spares and whatnot we can't do. If this is my last turn in port, I can check for passengers. If it's not Holveston, can't do that. If the cargo is at 0, it is. I am allowed to buy cargo. Okay, let's do that. Captain's cargo. I only pay $6 for that. And we mark that like this. Okay. And everyday costs is 20 bucks. That's the thing I don't count in. You know, I'm counting the fuel and everything. I'm like 170. It's going to take me several turns. And that's why I don't want to refuel over there, because time is money in this game, by far. And we advance the turn marker. I have to swap batteries. We did roll for an event, I believe, of both types. I may have lost count of turns. This is one of the problems, but whatever. Oh, let's take a look at this planet and make sure that we want to go there. Shit. You know what we forgot to do? We forgot to check our cargo gear. Hold on. Unloading. Yeah. Yeah. So we had to roll a die to unload, which we succeeded. We have to roll a die to load, which we succeeded, so we still have a full thing. We're going to have to unload and load from here as well, I believe. If dock gear breaks down, ship's cargo gear may not be used. Oh. So this actually has dock gear, but you can get screwed, and I might have to lay over while that's happening. So now I'm at the end. I need to swap batteries, like I said, I think, and we'll come back. And we're going to start abstracting stuff and doing less and less of the die roll stuff. This is a turn where I begin underneath the planet. I can move to deep space by spending the entire turn coming up. That'll cost me 1 fuel, but I don't do it yet because I have to roll the departure event. I get a 4, I'm safe. I spend the fuel. And that's all she wrote. When I start spending my movement fuel, 16 per turn or whatever, to move a couple of spaces, the first one of that, I paid my 20 bucks. This moves forward. I pay my, okay, now I make a crew check. My crew's still only 3. I wish it were higher. That's not good. What just happened? I make an engine roll. That also failed. The engines drop a level. I'm still able to go speed 2. This could be bad. See, I'm going to be way out here, but I've got to deliver my cargo now. The only thing is I could make a stopover, if I so desire. This was the actual turn of movement. Do I want to just go here? Yeah. Let's chance what we can. 16 fuel. I'm feeling like there's a good chance we're in trouble. A good chance we're in trouble. And I pay my 20 bucks. The big problem is I'm just on such a short amount of cash. Why is that not charging? Damn it. I paid, I think I moved this. Problems is with all these charts to deal with and just manipulating pieces on them to indicate the current game state in terms of what your ship's carrying and all that. There's a lot of room for error. The thing I'm most worried about is that I screw up that. All right, there's nothing special to roll for here, so I'll move 2 more. That cost me 16 fuel again. We better find fuel where we're going. And 20 bucks. And we move again. All pretty easy. Now it's just going to cost us 2 fuel to move into the next space. and 20 bucks. And we move again. And now, I planned on backing away, but it's hard to do. Okay. Now we're going to land on planet. That's going to cost us just 1 fuel. This is where most of the game actually happens. And Nebo can go away. We're on an arrival. 9, we miss high traffic. I'm going to put Nebo away. But we deliver our goodies. I'll collect the cash for that. It was like 170 bucks, something like that. I get to roll my import first, though. Okay, I just missed having a problem. I sold my cargo, or got my payoff. I sold my cargo and got screwed. I only got 3 bucks instead of the 6 I paid. And now, what am I allowed to do? I'm allowed to attempt a repair on my engine. I am allowed to do this right now, right? No cargo gear repair if loaded or unloaded. But I did not go faster than light. I think I actually, yeah, this is the first turn that I could repair it after it got damaged. So I need a 1 through 3. I do not get it. That doesn't cost me a spare. They're just not bothering with it. I can't buy spares or hire crew. They use different technology. This is not my last turn in port, so I don't get to worry about any of that stuff. So I just pay my 20 bucks and move forward. And this was not a good run. That 170 bucks does not pay for what happened. I'm hoping that the return trip from Holven is going to give me all kind of advanced stuff that I'm going to get some good money for delivering that stuff out of there. It's the best I can hope for. We're not doing any movement. We're underneath the planet, and we did not just unload. So let's see what we get. This is a medium-sized planet. 2 full, 1 half. Interesting. So we have lots of goodies to roll up. First one goes to Madura. And it is advanced vehicles. Okay. Second one goes to Despine. And it is advanced tools. Third one goes to Isin. This is the smaller load. I can't take 2 half loads, so I don't really want to. And it is advanced tools. Let's see what it looks like for either of these first 2. First thing is, how far away are they? Madura is all the way down here. And Despine, these have no color. Core sources are different. Despine is going to be gray. It's going to be there. That's even further away. Okay. Let's take a look at what the money involved is. Advanced vehicles, advanced tools. What do those look like? Advanced tools, runs about 100. Advanced vehicles is more valuable. So if I can make it, I want to do the advanced vehicles. That's this one that's going to Madura. But distance might actually be an advantage. So if I have a lot of fuel on board, it's actually cheaper to make long distance runs, I think. If we take a look, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of factored in. Like making short runs is actually a really, really good deal. You can see it only takes me one turn and a couple of fuel to get there at 202. 2 turns would be like 4. I'm not getting twice the value for that. So, of course, I have to do all the on-planet shit as well. So I suspect it's pretty balanced. I think I'd rather go to the Madura if I can, or Madura if I can. Let's take a look at the planets as well. This is something we haven't really done before. I alphabetized them to make life easier. We had Madura and Islan. These are not easy to manipulate, the material that they're printed on. The stock, it's hard. A reasonable planet, well equipped. Sounds good to me. Reasonable planet is what I want to go to. Has more expensive travel costs. I don't really think that's too big a deal. Has hull problems. This does not sound reasonable. Roll for spares normally, but if available cost is always 5. That sounds really sweet. Islan is the other one. An outlaw port. Well, that doesn't sound good. Yeah, I think I'm more interested in going to Madura, given that those are my options. You would think trying to go into an outlaw port where there might be problems with that, it would affect the prices. Kind of like how Star Traders prices work, because, or even something like Gal Trader, where it's like, look, there's a problem here, and goods aren't being delivered, and therefore money, you know, the reward for the risk is being increased until somebody finally delivers something. There's nothing like that in this. Okay, so I think I'm going to take that on. That's going to limit my other actions. Like I can't roll for fuel this turn if I do take it on. But I got a pretty good selection of cargoes options here off this roll. If I'd gotten a shitty selection of cargo options, I might have passed, even if I had a decent one, and rolled, tried to get fuel instead. But instead I take on a full cargo of advanced vehicles going from Kagershat to Madura is what I'm going to show. I am allowed to attempt to repair again. Oh, I can, no. I am not going to be picking up ship's cargo at this point, captain's cargo at this point. This is gone. I'm not going to be picking up captain's cargo at this point because this won't be my last turn. Because I need fuel. I need fuel badly. So repairs, upgrades, refueling. We try to repair those engines. We fail. Luckily, there's no critical failures. Which means I pay my 20 bucks. I advance the turn marker. And I feel like taking a break here. I'm on planet. Doesn't seem like a great time to do so, but yeah. I'm kind of fatigued and want to go do something else for a little bit. Right after fucking around with Raid for a little bit. We're really low on fuel, and we have to deal with that. That's basically what it comes to, which means no movement for us. Repairs, upgrade, and refueling. What can we not do if we refuel? We can't load or unload cargo. Can't make any crew or port repair upgrade. Fine. There's not a hell of a lot we can do if we want fuel then. We will be able to do final turn stuff. Let's see what the fuel availability is. We are at a port type of 2. There's only 20 units of fuel at 1.75. That's like horrible. Far and away the worst we could get. Obviously, things could be worse at other planets, but you think we need to do it? So that would be what? Oh, God. That's a lot of money. 20 plus 15, 35? 35 for 20 units of fuel? I think we have to do it. That still only leaves us with like 30 units of fuel, which means we're going to be limping along not very fast because we have to get to Madura, which is over here. Now, if we went 1, 2, that would be 16, 32. That'll get us there. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. All right. And now we could take on final turn stuff, which includes captain's cargo. So let's see what we have available. We have money. I look for... We buy it at 6. And we forgot to make our import roll. Wouldn't really matter because that's a dock gear breakdown. That's not going to cause us any issue here. We're not able to do all kinds of stuff. Oh, no captain's cargo. Oh, give me the none buying or selling. Yeah, see, this is fucking annoying. All right. Captain's cargo is not disallowed over here, which is why I didn't. Like most of the things in whole towns, you can't buy it, and it makes sense that it would be available. That hey, I can pick up some stuff. Now, what might not make sense is that I have the connections to be able to arrange it easily. But screw it, I'm going to leave it as is because otherwise I'll get confused regularly, and I can't. Like, I lost money on my last run, so it'll come out even. Maybe I'll pay attention next time. But we got to look at this kind of shit to see what's there. Okay. This is a dangerous planet. That's the problem. So that, and then I pay my $20 and move forward. And, we're a quarter of the way through the game, and I really haven't made any money. And it's not like money snowballs in this game, right? Yeah, it really isn't. I think it's going to be very tough to do better than kind of just break even. Means I get to take off from the planet. That'll cost me a fuel if I do it right. These can go away. And it's just annoying. All I'm doing is trying to remember the mechanisms, the order of the mechanisms and everything. There's not really much else to the game except trying to remember what the hell's going. It's a departure event. I don't have to roll a die roll. So that goes to here, and now I spend my $20 for the turn. That $20 a turn really kills you. Next turn. First faster than light turn. I roll for the crew. That's a failure. I roll for the engine. That's only a 2 now. That's a failure. I can only go speed 1 now. Well, that sucks, but hey, at least I'm low on fuel, so it's not that big a deal. I just wish I hadn't bought so much. So I moved to there for 2 fuel, and last turn I could have tried to repair the engines actually when I took off, right? Yeah, let me just check to see. I didn't succeed with that. Now I'm stuck because I'm going faster than light. I can't fix those engines. I'm stuck traveling at 1 space per turn, and each of those spaces cost me 20 bucks. I'll be back. It might actually be worth stopping at like Tyson, because I don't know, it's a long way away to get repairs done. Geez, I don't know. Several more turns have passed, burning my fuel 1 space per turn. I am now in this space. I did faster than light travel last turn. I can make a decision of whether or not I want to land here. So let's think about what it's going to take me. It's going to take me 2 turns to get here. If I land, it's going to take me at least 2 turns. So essentially, there's no advantage to me making a stop off there. So we'll just continue going. But, you know, our game is being hosed by the engines breaking down there. So now, on turn 20, we're actually in system around Madura. What do we do? For movement, we're going to try to land on planet. That costs us 1 fuel. And we make a check for Madura. This is the arrival event. We get a 7, no effect. We're there. And we offload our cargo, which I don't remember what it's worth. It's advanced vehicles, and it's a distance of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexes. We get 300 bucks. We're definitely ahead now, but we got problems. But it's movement time, which is when we are allowed, I believe, to do repairs. No. We dropped our cargo off. We're going to drop off the captain's cargo that we can't really have, but screw it. What did we pay for it? We paid 6. We get 6 back. So in essence, by cheating, we lost like 3 bucks. That's the total effect. I'll live with it. Okay, and I'm allowed to repair. Now, only crew can repair at this point, so I'll make a roll for that. Hey, we succeed. So I lose a spare, and my engines are up to where they can operate at speed 2 again. Now, I might not have wanted to do that. If I had 600 bucks, I could upgrade them to engine rank 4 for a full turn, right? It takes basically, it knocks out a whole bunch of activities. I could raise them to engine rank 4, and I wouldn't have to spend the spares because they replace the complete engine with a new, more powerful one. That's a lot of money for a little bit more padding, and there's already padding at the engine 3, so I don't think it's worth it. It's money that I'll be credited with at the end of the game, but it just doesn't feel worth it. Not able to refuel because I did not start underneath the thing. I am allowed to look for crew and fuel, right? No, spares. Okay, so I look for spares. We're at port code 3. 6. There are 2 spares worth 5 each. There's something special here. They're always 5. I'm going to buy them. 10 bucks gets me 2 spares. That'll help a lot. Crew. We're going to look for crew. It's a port 3. I get a 7. Still a 3 crew. Nothing bonus there. And I can't do any of this, so I pay the 20 bucks. But now I'm at $6.90. I feel like I came out ahead from this delivery. Forgot to move this, and we'll see where I go. Wow, it looks like water rippling or lightning flying over the way the camera and the light glare is interacting. You know, I'll back away and tell you, look for cargo and whatnot and see what happens. I forgot to do something, and this is the thing. This is the whole game as far as I'm concerned. Remembering to do all the things, or else following that checklist, again, you know, the sequence of play very carefully every time. I forgot the every turn effect. We didn't have anything there. I did the arrival. I didn't do the every turn. This is not necessarily a pleasant place to be. I'm kind of like, wild partying doesn't sound good. Dock gear breakdown is horrible. Severe weather probably isn't good. Maybe there are times when there's something good on the random events. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I'm thinking maybe the priority cargo or something would be an advantageous thing. But for the most part, you're hoping you don't get random events, and then at best, you don't do very well. So I've got this battery wasn't charged. Three types of cargo, 2 full, 1 half. The 2 fulls are both processed ores. The half is precious metals. Let's see where they're going. Jinko, Umbra, way up here, and Manipur over here. Okay. So, precious metals versus processed ores definitely makes more money. But is it worth it? That's the big question. We're going to be taking one of these on, which means I think we can try to fix the engines. Okay, so I can make a crew-based repair on those engines. That's about the best I can do. But right now I'm worried about the cargo situation. And we're looking at a distance, I don't remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to Umbra with processed ores, which makes 225 in 6 turns. Jinko, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 turns, processed ores. It's 170 in 4 turns. Like, you know, trying to figure out if there's some kind of advantage to taking one cargo over the other is very hard. I could figure out, you know, obviously each turn is going to cost me 80 bucks plus 16 fuel, so call that like, I'm sorry, 20 bucks plus 16 fuel. So it's like maybe 40 bucks a turn that I'm looking at. And if I'm looking at like, but some of those turns don't count as much because they don't count fuel. So you're just doing all this math in your head for no great reason. What is this other thing? Manipur, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that it? That looks like Magnus. No, this is it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which would be kind of skewed. I'd get like a 1-turn movement unless I wanted to burn a lot of fuel for some reason. I don't feel like the batteries. I feel like the return on investment is ever worth going that speed 3. Now maybe the priority cargoes give you a huge bonus or something. Who knows? But where the fuck am I? I am on which cargo to undertake. And I can sit back and I can calculate and I can figure out which one's best. And I'm sure one is or another. I really don't care to. Like, if it was my job to do that, sure. If there was other stuff of interest happening in the game, yeah. But basically, you're making me an accountant, and that's it. And that's just no fun at all. I don't have other interesting choices or whatever. Whatever I go to, it's going to be a core world. I don't feel like the run's going to be that valuable. So I think I should probably take the Jinko closer one. It's nice because it's got an even number. Oh, no. Is that nice? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, I want to take the Umbra one because it's got an even number of spaces between us, which means I get to go speed 2 the entire way. Assuming I can find enough fuel. If I can't find enough fuel, I suck. And that's a good question. Will I be able to find enough fuel? If I take on a load, I can't look for fuel. But I could ignore the load, figuring I'm going to get better options anyway. I need fuel. I only have 20 fuel. That's no good. So a part code of 30. You know what? I'm going to pass on picking up the cargo. Screw the cargo. And that means I get to push all of these back. I just don't want the cargo. Okay. Even though I have 3 options. That allows me to do a repair. I didn't take cargo on, so I could actually do an automatic repair. What's that, like 20 bucks? $20 units of money. Oh, but what about fuel? Because I want to pick up fuel. Can't make any crew or port upgrade. Okay, so fuck that. I want fuel more than anything else. So I'm at a port code of 3, I think. There's an unlimited amount at 1. 79 bucks. There we go. Now we have fuel. Great. This is not the last turn, so I spent my 20 bucks. And I am fatigued playing this shit. I mean, I really am. I don't see anything exciting happening. And the thing is, the basic game is much, much less exciting, right? I'm just sort of bumbling around trying to collect up my cash. It just does not excite me one bit. All right. Well, maybe I'll get at least move faster if I turn the camera off and play. I'll tell you if anything fucking interesting happens. Something did happen, which is that I'm pretty sure I failed to fucking roll for an event. 4, we didn't have an event. I mean, it's really obnoxious because the way it's in the sequence of play, it's in each of these paragraphs. It's not like there's a general sequence. First do your unloading. If you did that, skip down to this. You know, a nice little flow chart would go a long way here, where the events would be programmed into it. I could draw one up. It wouldn't be that hard. It might be worth it. I don't know. But I'm just not having a good time with this at all. You know what? I'm going to load this up. And we're at not far from the halfway point in the game anyway. And I think it's a good idea to split the video in 2. That way I can avoid playing for a little bit more.